Okay, so here's a little tutorial from my buddy Blades. He wants to know how to do some of the practice modes. I'm gonna try to show him here. Right now I'm towards the end of my career, end of the season. My first season, going into Texas. That's of course where Hamilton wrapped up his championship last year. Let this load and we'll get right into it. Here we are. Okay, so this is the first scene you come to as you go into your career mode. And so of course you go into the workstation by pressing X. Okay, before I get into practice, I'm going to check my emails. It's probably nothing much. They always tell you about the weather and things like that. Okay, and here are my goals. Got to get 25 driver championship points. Okay. Weekend preview. Yep. Nothing exciting there. My developments have been completed. And the weather looking pretty good for the weekend. Okay. So now we want to go back. L2 and go into practice 1. So we advance. Alright, and from here it's pretty easy.
Here we are at the Circuit of the Americas in Texas, USA.
I always like to watch the preview, so we'll let this roll for a few seconds.
Exciting race weekend. Welcome then to all our viewers, and of course to Anthony Davidson as well. Now Ant, I wanted to ask you, obviously there's a lot of hard work involved in these sessions, simulations as well. Is this something the drivers enjoy, or is it just a routine that becomes a chore?
There's nothing routine about driving a Formula 1 car, I can tell you that.
See, right now I'm tied with Hamilton
4G through the corners.
for
it's hard to ignore those forces acting on your
the
body.
lead in the Drivers' Championship.
Hard, exhausting work. You always enjoy driving these cars.
My car, the Haas, is, I think, our team, the Haas, is 5th in the Constructor Championship, so I really have no chance of winning that.
But never a chore, no. Even if you're having a tough start to the weekend, at this
Speaking
point,
of Haas,
you know that if you
there
work
we are.
hard at it, there's still an opportunity to turn things around.
Okay, so right here you can either go to the track or go to session info. What you want to do is hit square and go to session info, and that's where you can choose all your different practice options. If you look about 3/4 of the way up the screen, you'll see a thing called track acclimatization. Okay, then there, see, I'm moving with my D-pad over to the right. Tire management, fuel management, ERS management, qualifying pace, race strategy, and that one is just team objectives. You really can't do anything with that. Okay, so then if you want to do any of those, you just highlight it and then you hit X, and it'll ask you if you want to go to the track, and the usual if you want to go out with a flying lap or drive out. I'm not going to choose any of those right now, only because I like to do a little get myself familiar with the track first. So I do a few laps going around the track just to figure out how it looks and how it feels, because I've never done it before. Then I come back into the pit and I start knocking these off. And the better you do on each one, you'll get more points to use on your engine upgrades, which is up top under practice program right there. If you go your vehicle management, okay, and you hit R2, car setup, power units, gearboxes, you can see I'm doing okay. My internal combustion engine is a little orange. I might have to switch that out at some point. Or no, it's not. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's see. Now, yes, it is. Yeah, the motor generator unit is orange, so I got to keep an eye on that for the next little bit. Right now I have, let's see, 396 laps on it. Only 94 laps to go. So I guess you get 500 laps out of that. So if I switch it over to 3, it's red. I can't use that one. I go back to 1, red again, so I got to stick with that. Yeah. All right, let's see. If we go back, we don't want to do that. Go back into session info again. Pretty simple. Right here, you're under practice program select, and that's where you pick what you want to do for your practice. And maybe in a few minutes I'll come back on and show you how I do track acclimatization. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, so I did a couple laps, tried to get a feel for the track. Not sure how well I'm going to do, but now I'm going to go into doing some of the practice modes. So I think, let's see, we go in again, we hit square, go to session info, and here we are. We're under practice program select, and I just want to see something under Alright, let's do tire management. You can, like I said, these are all different ones you can do right here, but, well, we can also do track acclimatization as well. Why not? Because you can always do it over. You can do it as many times as you want. So, let's do that. Track acclimatization, you hit X, then you go to start. I guess they're putting me on hard. Interesting. Start, and you know what? Boy, do I feel confident doing a flying lap or drive out. Let's see. Let's do, why not? We'll do the flying lap. And here we go. Alright, about to start. Here we go. I'm probably going to do really bad, but that's alright. And you can see that's your first marker right there. And then your second marker, third, and so on. You'll see these all around the track now. And the more of them you hit, the more points you get to use on your upgrades. Your time really won't be fast, but it's not supposed to be. They want you to hit these barriers as much as possible. Usually these ones around the hairpin turns are the toughest. Then we'll hit our DRS. I'm up into 8th gear. We gotta slam on the brakes. Downshift rather quickly. Slight downshift here. I missed it. Oh, I got it. I missed it. And then if you miss one, the next few will become red and they won't allow you to go through them.
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
Ah, missed it. Yeah, actually, I think with a little more practice, by the end of the practice sessions, I should be able to hit all these barriers. Not bad.
This is the last lap of the program. Final lap of the program.
Trying to get 580. Missed it. Okay, so we're done, and now I'm gonna go back to the garage. I'm not gonna do the entire lap in pit, but let's see what I got. I didn't get a perfect score, so okay. So you can see I got 50 points for track acclimatization, and then you simply just go through the rest of them, and they're all a little bit different. The one I always have the hardest time with is fuel management. For whatever reason, I just cannot get that to work. And then let's see. It won't let me go to use my points, which is kind of weird right now. I'll have to show you how to do that at another second, at another time.
Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Interesting. Well, that's how you do it. And I'll come back a little bit later to show you how to do how to use your points that you get to build up your engine. Alright.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Walsh, Faber and Kimi Räikkönen. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Okay, so we're done with practice 1. And we just got all our points that we can now use. Now we can go into our workstation. And before we go to practice, we go over to research and development, and then you can view the R&D tree by pressing X, and this is where you can upgrade all your powers. Right now I only have 671 points to use, so I don't think there's much that I can do, but I can always hit the square button and go to recommend upgrade. Oh yeah, and it says I can develop ERS cooling. I'll go ahead and do that. I don't know the first thing about engines, so I just go with whatever they recommend, and we hit select. And since I have a good reputation with my powertrain mechanics, it's a little less than what they recommended, so that's good. So we hit select, and there we are, and it's purchased, and it'll be developed in 2 weeks. So as you can see, that's how you upgrade your engines. You have your powertrain, you have your durability, chassis, and aerodynamics. But I guess it takes you a couple seasons to fully upgrade everything. That's why, like for me, I have no acceleration power. I'm good at the racing, but even when I qualify first, I'm always, by the first turn of every race, I'm down to 4th or 5th because everybody passes me. So there you go.